Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forged Alliance. This is a ladder game between Tiki and Zlo. Tiki, one player I really don't like playing against, but close I guess to my ladder ranking. Let's see, it's Cybern versus Seraphim. At the Tech 1 stage you gotta give a slight advantage to Cybern with a quicker units plus the option of a gesture, although the Tech 1 bomber from Seraphim can be quite powerful. I saw a recent replay between Zlo and Blackheart on this map, and Zlo pulled a very crazy build where he was very aggressive with Tech 1 Air, and then he rushed gun with his ACU, but it turned out to be a kind of a fail at the end. I think Kio's Blackheart was able to deal with the early air. Yeah, but that was a different game. See how it works out in this one. Theta, yeah, it's probably going to stay on the ladder for a long time. It's very unique, and you can see how spread out the mixes are. So it's a nice small map where you can get battles in different positions and some interesting terrain here and there. Of course, this Hydra, which is a good distance away. Well, I think almost every single good build order involves this Hydra. It's a question of how many pigeons you put in between building the Hydra and after the Hydra, and whether or not you want to get air or have the option to make air. You see two engineers, then a tank from Zlo. Zlo got to be thinking about the hunters. Typically when you're facing Seraphim you can chill a little bit on scouts and inties because they only have this lean as a really rapid raiding unit. They're actually fairly early in the queue for Zlo, that tank. That could surprise Tiki if he has an engineer coming out to the top side. Doesn't look like he's gonna have that. It looks like walls from both players. They do not want to deal with that choke. Celine's gonna catch up. Some not manual, automatic reclaim here from Tiki. Actually, it looks like much faster overall from Tiki. Is Zlo gonna have too much power here, or? Interesting how that worked out. I think the fact that Tiki was all early engineers and only now getting some tanks out, I think that made a fairly big difference. And also he used a bit of that reclaim. He didn't stall, so now when he's about to stall he's off with his ACUs, and only two engineers building the fourth factory, as Zlo is actually just finishing up his third, also not moving to the middle of his ACU where all the reclaim is. In terms of early battle, some nice micro from this. It looks like that's a dead engineer. Is that a dead engineer? Yes. Mantis will shoot away. And a Celine that's standing still, providing nice intel. I guess against Mantis, that's the micro trying to dodge some of their shots. You can see only some of the shots hit. But at the end it doesn't matter. So after the first 4 land factories built, only 2 pigeons for Tiki. He's now almost has too much power. That's because these engineers were not building, and this is a good use of mass from Tiki. He put it all into Manta instead of stalling, building that 5th factory. Zlo meanwhile just getting his 4th. Reclaiming in the middle. Zlo, yeah, he's going to be very aggressive with the ACU. He's going to scare away these Manta. He also got a nice Celine there. These Manta standing by for some raiding, although they're not getting that order. See the total numbers of tanks so far: 16. Zlo with 11. That's a 5 difference. The difference is what is the ACU doing, although Tiki's ACU I think could have pushed up a little bit, grabbed a bit of that reclaim, but feels like he needs to force Zlo ACU away. The reason Zlo is really pushing here, he's really getting map control. If he can cut off this path of expansion for the engineers, and actually thinking about a PD, denying that PD will be critical. Still absolutely no Medusas from Tiki. Zlo putting fairly expensive unit. Now he's going to reclaim it. He wants his mass back. One thing I found out actually recently, when you reclaim a unit that's halfway built, when you're reclaiming it, you get your not just mass back but power back if you think about that, that's a nice way to store power for some projects. Can't believe that's not like, well, I don't know. I guess I can't believe I didn't know that, or perhaps it was changed at one point. Let's see, all land so far, 6 land and going air from Tihi, both at 200 power. Yeah, both players really not overbuilding power. Of course, that's not too difficult to do when you have absolutely no air. But in terms of total mass, reclamation, 1500 for Tihi. Zlo is going to be less, 1300. It's this engineer trying, still some reclaim left. Yeah, Zlo actually reclaiming a bunch of mass. I thought the difference would be a little bigger, but I guess these two players got a little reclaim going on in the middle now. ACU versus ACU, maybe a slight advantage to Tihi here. I just stock ACU because he's got the faster regeneration as a default. Although later on with Tech 2 and gun, I think Sarah from ACU is a bit better. An attempt to raid from Zlo, that is going to be a failure. Zlo mixing in a little bit of Artie, absolutely. Actually, you see a single Medusa there from Tihi. Tihi on the reclamation side, 1600. Zlo is now surpassed, got a whole bunch of mass in the bank that he's not using. He's going to make some power so he can begin using that mass. 9 kills, 3 kills. Good work from Tihi on the top shelf. This will allow him to take slight edge in map control. I think this will be the first time in this game. Oh, and you can see Zlo now building up more land factories but closer to the middle to cut down on the travel time. But yeah, this is going to be the difference. Has the 7th air versus 7th land between these two players coming up in 7 minutes. 4 kills, Zlo 14 kills, 10 kill difference, fairly big. Cause yeah, you get the veterancy plus not losing tanks in battles. It's always a good thing. That's 10 tanks that died, not the tanks. More counter raiding from Zlo, so the top plateau belongs to nobody so far. Tihi gets 7 kills. Overall, it looks like the numbers are much greater for Tihi. He's got 62 kills, 62 Manti versus only 55. Well, actually fairly close. 15 kills. You see anything new? No, just land factories. Perhaps a little more power. Nope. You see a single engineer on power. Interceptors, that's a bit of a mistake there from Tihi, given that absolutely no air is from Zlo. He could have made bombers or jesters already. No reason to make those NTs, except to be safe. 15 kills, Tihi 8. And now the jester lurking about. I think right now the jester can deny so many mass extractors. Also the top is 1 for Tihi, so some shifts here for Tihi, allowing him to take a slight edge. Zlo 16 kills. Overcharge would be really nice for Zlo. Executed. Does he have the ability to? Nope. Tihi. Also no power storage. They could not afford it. His jester's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Tihi. Yeah, that's an issue. I would call almost that UI lag. Definitely didn't want to click on that, but because the cursor was somewhere close to that mix, gave the wrong order. 11 kills, Zlo 24. Actually some veterans, you can see the move behind Zlo's ACU, the spread attack move. I'm sure it's a nightmare for all new players to learn just what the heck that is. 1 jester, 2 jesters, up still no air and no flag from Tihi. Zlo now under fire from jesters. However, Zlo completely running over his battles engineers from Zlo. Got to be moving into this position. Actually, Zlo still no air. Does he have flag? No flag, so no reaction, and he continues to try to chase down Tihi. Tihi is one player who's almost impossible to bump into. Tanks just bounce off of his ACU usually. You can't really trap him. Some players are easy to trap. Why that is, I have no idea. Tihi 19 kills, sitting on veterans here. Oh, there it is. That's the vet. Zlo continues to push. Still just 2 jesters. Third jester coming out. Zlo looks like he will die. He is finals 33 kills. He's 7 away from a new vet. No air from Zlo. I think if Zlo didn't push that and got some air flag, he could have totally won. He just got that whole information field. But he tried to get a draw or maybe a victory. Also tech to land. Nice from Tiki. So nearly perfectly played from Tiki. Except I think he could have made those gestures a little quicker. Some strange mistakes from Zlo. But hopefully people enjoy this one.